Eric Sorensen has been selling bread for 3 years. You can find him at the Pullman Farmers Market and sign up for his subscription-based business where you can pre-order bread and pick it up at his house.
I'm Eric Sorensen. I'm the sole proprietor of Clumsy Baking and Cottage Bakery in Pullman, Washington.
He started baking in college, mostly just yeast raised in a loaf pan for sandwiches and using a bread maker. Then, 10 years ago, he was introduced to sourdough at a WSU bread lab in Mount Vernon. It was there he learned to create different kinds of bread.
I haven't eaten regular grocery store bread in 10 years, unless it's like sandwich at some.
He started selling his bread because he realized he was always giving away an extra loaf of bread every time he baked. He said he figured he might as well see if he could make some money off a hobby. It started off as an adventure, and now he keeps doing it out of a sense of community. This same sense of community that makes people like Tiffany Lovelace want to come to the farmers markets like this.
So I've been to quite a few from different areas, like in Utah, Central Illinois, and I feel like this one's just a little bit more local and more relatable. People that give you stories and are selling the stuff that they actually make and produce versus it not being like a franchisee thing where people are just selling their multi-level marketing and that kind of stuff. So it's just more relatable, and it feels like you're actually getting stuff from a farm.
Eric bakes all the bread out of his kitchen at home. Last year, he bought a bigger oven that stays on his deck so he can bake all summer long without heating up the kitchen. He says he can make 3 times the amount of bread with it. Getting ready for the market is a 3-day process. He starts Monday morning making the seeded rye. He then bakes the rye and his brioche Tuesday morning. Tuesday night, he starts the sourdough, lets that sit overnight, and cooks it on Wednesday morning. He also cooks the pretzels and bagels Wednesday morning and puts the finishing touches on the brioche.
They come for the bread and then buy other stuff.
When it comes to recipes, Eric says no recipe is original. He is always talking to other bakers and sharing recipes.
This whole notion of grandmother's secret recipe is like, why keep a recipe secret? It's, share the food. It's delicious stuff.
Eric says come to the farmers market and buy some bread because it is much more nutritious than store bread and made with fewer ingredients. Eric will be at the winter market on November 16, sharing his passion for bread making.
The nice thing about bread is even when you fail, it's still pretty edible. So you can eat your mistakes.